The first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. The Knicks find themselves on a post.
And this is what the playoffs are all about. It's 2-2, and we're in a crucial Game 5 of this first-round Eastern Conference match. Moments away, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the New York Knicks here in New York with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. This is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. Look at the 76ers starting group. Get out there with Tracy McGrady. It's Garnett. Then there's Chamberlain. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And for New York, Jordan is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Anthony. Then it's Kareem. And it's Hastings in at the 5 down low. Taking a look at New York. Well, we're tied in this series, Greg, 2-2. They know how pivotal this game is. It's why they fought so hard during the regular season for this home court advantage.
No question.
Former NBA All-Star, your podcaster, Gilbert Arenas, was allegedly running illegal high-stakes poker games out of his casino mansion. Arenas defends Dubs 8-0 and 7 others, including a suspected Israeli international spy. West Hollywood lawyer has been charged in a federal indictment. The former Washington Wizards player is accused of renting out his casino mansion on Gable Drive for the illegal games, which were allegedly hosted by his co-conspirators. According to court documents, Arenas texted one of his co-conspirators this picture of a poker table in connection to the game, which allegedly took place from September 2021 to July 2022. A neighbor recalls seeing unusual activity and scantily clad women during that time frame.
Well, just you'll see people coming out at all hours of the night. Usually it's women. It's 1 or 2 or 3 in the morning.
The alleged Israeli crime boss, Jenny Gershman, is accused of hiring young women who, in exchange for tips, served drinks, provided massages, and offered companionship to the poker players. The women were charged a percentage of their earnings from working the games.
For the more excuse we have for women to engage in such illegal or high risk, this is all in certain situations that we don't want to be in.
Arenas and several of his co-defendants have been charged with 1 count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business and 1 count of operating an illegal gambling business. Arenas was also charged with 1 count of making false statements to federal investigators. Yeah, he apparently told investigators that he didn't know what was going on up here at his Encino mansion. And we have learned that the mansion was sold a few years ago and now operates as a drug and alcohol rehab facility. For now, reporting live here in Encino, Mary Beth Cascade, and about 2 guys. Mary Beth, thank you.
You're going to allow your opponent to make that many shots.
Gil on there like you see, I hate that shit. They put Gil on there like he was talking to the press. That nigga ain't say shit to the press.
What's up, y'all? It's Marcellus Wiley leaked and his ring. He did it, and now I gotta show him love and send him this book, signed, sealed, delivered to his doorstep. Now, unfortunately, what's going on in today's sports media are headlines like this. United States Attorney's Office, Central District of California, puts out this press release that former NBA star Gilbert Arenas, suspected Israeli crime figure, arrested on federal indictment alleging high-stakes illegal poker games at Encino Mansion. Okay. All right, I'm just going to read through it and then I'll color in what I know, what I don't know, what we got to go through. All right, so former NBA star Gilbert Arenas and 5 other defendants, including a suspected high-level member of an Israeli transnational organized crime group. Did you have a worse first sentence? Were arrested today on a federal indictment alleging they operated an illegal gambling business in which high-stakes poker games were played at an Encino Mansion Arenas home. Okay. So not the crib, but something I own, one of my rental properties or something else in my portfolio. Let's go and rent that out for something else. Allegedly. Okay, the first thing I think about when I hear that sentence, I'm like, damn, that's bad enough. You tied up with a transnational organized crime group, and one of the members, high-level members, forget that. Then you start thinking about gambling, and immediately I go to, the worst part about gambling is not the money coming in and out, it's the taxes that are being paid or not being paid. That's when they get you, right? They get you with the money. Okay. And I also think there's a double whammy. Gilbert Arenas is killing it. Might be the top dog on the internet. I know Shannon Sharp is there, but Gilbert Arenas gets pounded. Gilbert Arenas gets pounded. It's insane. And it's all day, every day it's in the fight. Who's their title fight? Underdog. What is Underdog? Gambling website. You couldn't ask for something worse than this. Okay, so Arenas, 43, a.k.a. Agent Zero, Willen Hill, charged with 1 count of conspiracy to operate in the illegal gambling business, 1 count of operating in the illegal gambling business. What? Did I just read the same thing? Oh, conspiracy. Okay, did I say conspiracy? 1 count of conspiracy to operate, and then 1 count of operating. And 1 count of making false statements to federal investigators. So supposedly they asked him about it, and he was like, nah. He is scheduled to make his initial appearance and be arraigned this afternoon in the United States District Court in downtown Los Angeles. And here comes the itty bitty. Also charged in an indictment and arrested today in connection with the illegal gambling business. Charges are Olivia.
Subs in for Jason Kidd.
Yes, beautiful. Yes,
Russell Westbrook drops them both.
Right. At the line, it's all about consistency. Funny. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Takes the three. No good.
All right, so we have some names. Also charged in an indictment and arrested today in connection with the illegal gambling business. Charges are not even going to butcher these names, but it's kind of funny to do that. So let's do it. Jenny Gershman, he's 49, known as Giora of Willow Hills, is suspected organized crime for this business. Damn. I can just imagine what he looks like already. Evgeny Turetsky, 48, also known as Eugene of Sardana. It's all my neighborhood. Let's go, right? God dang, they living up in here. Alan Austria, 52, also known as Elita of Westwood. Yaren Cohen, 27, also known as YC of Tarzana. 27, they got a young in there. YC 400 and Ian Croshin, 43 of Tarzana. Okay, let's keep going. Each of these defendants is charged with 1 count of conspiracy to operate in an illegal gambling business and 1 count of operating in an illegal gambling business. Man, the conspiracy part always, you already know. Their initial appearances and arraignments are scheduled for this afternoon in the United States District Court in Los Angeles. According to the indictment returned on July 15th and unsealed today. Oh, good. So at least the indictment will be out there, see how long that is, and gotta read through that, obviously. Look out for the homies. September 2021. Oh, damn!
Let's take a quick
break. I forgot. It's the feds. They don't just knock on your door when they found out. They let the case build, allegedly. September 2021 to July 2022, Gershman, Arenas, and the other defendants operated in illegal gambling business. Wow. From September, so for almost a year, let's say 10 months, they ran a legal gambling business 3 years ago. And now they unsealing this indictment and arresting him today.
Yeah, what an
Arenas rented out an Encino mansion he owned for the purpose of hosting high-stakes illegal poker.
The girl that I bought in summer, I just rented the place. I got that dude. Nigga, they got a picture of you sitting at the bro. God, Lee, I hate when the games we like do this shit, bro.
And collect the Arenas is bad. And look, I'm just trying to draw it up the best way.
We know Gil love the bet, man. That's what makes everything bad.
You ever got a spot? Oh, hey, some Israeli high-level crime mob allegedly. It's like, yo, you got that spot over there. It's perfect location. I know a lot of people around here like to put their poker on. And let's be real. Who doesn't know about a poker game that's happening in their neighborhood all the time? Okay? This feels like Michael Vick in the dog ring and the cockfighting and stuff, and everybody knows somebody doing it, but we all know it's wrong, but we all know it happened. Anyway, not trying to absolve him of anything, but let's talk about it. So Gershman, Koreski, Austria, and Cohen managed illegal pot limit Omaha poker games, among other illegal games, at the Encino Mansion, collected a rake, a fee that house charged for each pot, either as a percentage or a fixed amount per hand, and invited players to compete. All right, so far, oh my Lord. Gershman hired young women who, in exchange for tips, served drinks, provided massages, and offered companionship to the poker player. That sentence right there sounds like, as they say in politics, elastic language. That means you can stretch that so many different ways. Young women, so young, they already trying to slant us with the language. You can just be Gershman hire women young. That makes us think a certain way. Come on. These 50-year-old dudes hiring, and they, all the people over there gambling, probably in their age range, and the next thing you know, some young girls come in here, and they ain't even getting paid salary or nothing. They getting tips, serve drinks, provided massages. You would think it stops there. And offer companionship? What does that mean? Watch. I don't want to read this indictment. The women were charged a tax, a percentage of their earnings from working the games. Trump gonna have something to say about that with that. You know, they have like a waitress tax now. Chefs, valets, and armed security guards also were hired to staff these illegal poker games. Let's just say, allegedly, they weren't gambling for $5 playing Uno. It's this. All that happened. Krashen worked as a chip runner in which he tracked players' wins and losses, distribute poker chips to players, and pay employees. Gershman, an Israeli citizen, also charged along with Valentina Kojakari, 35, of William Hill, for 3 additional. Let me just say this because I may forget. They said that every count that Gilbert has, you face up to 5 years, and he has 3 counts. So that's up to 15 years for Gil. All right, let's keep reading. With 3 additional counts, conspiracy to commit marriage fraud.
Pass to McGrady. But 3, good in the assist to Kidd. McGrady's got.
I have no idea. I've reached my illegal limit. What the hell? Conspiracy to commit marriage fraud. Like I'm about to marry you, but not. Because he's a Israeli citizen. Marriage fraud. Boy, they get you a conspiracy, and you actually did it. Marriage fraud and making a false statement on an immigration document. I get that. He tried to get that American citizenship. In early 2022, Gershman conspired with Kojakari to enter into a sham marriage. Yep. Just keep reading, huh? It's always that. For the purposes of obtaining permanent legal status in the United States, lied to immigration authorities to procure legal status for Gershman, who provided financial support to Kojakari in exchange for her participation in the sham marriage. Let's separate the real from the fake. Let's separate the truth from the gander. Gilbert is different in this, but God. Both Gershman and Kojakari submitted false information on their U.S. immigration form, including Gershman's answers of no as to whether he has ever been detained by any law enforcement official, and as to whether he intended to engage in illegal gambling or any form of commercialized vice. Let's just say sometimes we should use AI. Like, why are we asking somebody on a damn questionnaire or Scantron, hey, did you ever do anything wrong or plan to do anything wrong? Like, stop wasting our money and time. Just get to real. Kojakari also was arrested today and is scheduled to make her initial appearance and be arraigned this afternoon in the United States District Court in Los Angeles. An indictment contains allegations that a defendant has committed a crime. Every defendant is presumed to be innocent until and unless proven guilty. Or if convicted, the defendants will face a statutory. If convicted, the defendants would face a statutory maximum sentence of 5 years in federal prison for each count. Maximum.
Over to the
What's
left
the
wing.
minimum? Nothing. You ever been arrested? Did the gun stuff? Was the gun stuff a arrest or just messed up in basketball? Stuff. Homeland Security investigations because of itty bitty Northridge office, the Los Angeles Police Department around their horse. Major Crimes Division. Yes, I'm here, beautiful. Can you go to the bathroom? Yes, you can.
Jordan with it. Chamberlain picks him up.
Oh, because I'm filling up the ice box.
And it's slammed in by Garnett.
Me? Can you close the door? She's doing the most. She just rolled in here on a pony to tell me she wanted to go to bed.
Elbow shot.
Can you close the door? Can you say bye to everybody?
Here's Hastings. Guarded by Chamberlain.
And we haven't seen them get to
Homeland, this is actually, oh my God. Baby. Become a gym member with Project Transition. As a giver every month, small gifts have a big impact in creating real change. Not only will you transform lives, you'll also win and unlock once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Join me, Marcel Slider, in making a real impact with Project Transition, a global giving community dedicated to uplifting underserved youth with mentorship, education, and access to real opportunities. Your donation doesn't just enter you to win unforgettable prizes and exclusive experiences with myself and other gym members. It fuels our mission to empower the next generation of leaders, dreamers, and game changers. From after-school programs, life skills camps, and career development, every dollar helps unlock potential where it's needed most, and where every person makes a world of difference. Give back, win big, be the difference, be greater than your greatest excuse. Support Project Transition today. Become a gym member and help turn obstacles into opportunities.
In the blink of an eye.
I love you.
And looking at where the Knicks stand in this series.
All right, I can't hear y'all. Hopefully y'all can hear me. The worst part about all this is
halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
These kids coming in here is a reminder that every single second that you're not with your kids, with your family, every second. You're in jail right now, right? Homeland Security Investigations Northridge Office, the Los Angeles Police Department, Major Crimes Division, the Transnational Organized Crime Section. They waited 3 years, not waited, but they were working on this for 3 years. IRS Criminal Investigation are investigating this matter. Assistant U.S. District Attorney Samuel J. Diaz of the Transnational Organized Crime Section is prosecuting this case. Assistant United States Attorney Ryan Waters of the Asset Forfeiture and Recovery Section is handling the asset forfeiture related portion of this case. We all know how ugly that is. Let me just say this. Let me get out of here. All I gotta say about this is when the money is involved, it's gonna get big, it's gonna get ugly. The best I can see and hope for is that Gilbert Arenas just provided the home, like an Airbnb, and had no idea what was going on, allegedly. Now, the problem with this is, and I'm going to give you a case example. This has nothing to do with Gilbert, this is what happened when I was at Columbia. So, and then I get out of here and rap. There was this case in Columbia where a couple of guys on my football team, homies, my dogs, were going around counterfeiting from our journalism school, because we had obviously one of the top journalism schools, which comes with great printers. So they thought that they were going to be at the U.S. Mint, basically printing money, because our journalism school was so world-renowned, and they got these amazing next-level printers. And so they thought the trick was to not print any money that people cared about. So don't print hundreds, don't print 50s, print 20s at most, 10s and 5s. Now, in the moment, we're freshmen, I didn't know about this. No lie. But by the time we were seniors, everybody knew about it. You want to know why? Because they got arrested. And I think they all had to do like 10 years. Football players that I played with, 10 years. Right? They were going around all the local pubs, pizza places, $5 here, $10 here, but they just kept going with 5 and 10. But they had a lot. And they said when it all hit the fan, they said the feds were watching them from freshman year. Some boys were spending that money, so they were letting that case build. Freshman year. So,
all right, the Chicago Bears. I think Joe Tooney is now in. Joe Tooney, who has looking back, how Titans offense very mid. I play Tom Cruise and Holiday Sports World, Demonte, that I just feel like I just feel like it's quickly to watch. Also, evidently, Cam Ward, Demonte, your guy, called the Titans offense very mid. I've also decided Cam Ward's your guy. I just feel like Ward, LaMelo. Yeah, I just feel like I think he's your guy. And evidently Tom Cruise and Ana de Armas are dating. I love Tom Cruise. I'm not as familiar with Ana de Armas. Good for them. I wish them nothing but happiness. All right. Before we get to Daryl Morey's actual comments, what he actually meant, and for the 1 millionth time relitigating the bubble, there was a story yesterday that was in the sports world, Demonte, that I don't want to give myself too much credit, but I think I might be the single best person in the world to discuss this topic. And that was Gilbert Arenas, along with 5 alleged Israeli gangsters, getting hemmed up by the feds for running an illegal Southern California poker. So I am going to be, and maybe even take Demonte off the screen for this, because I want to be very careful with what I say here, but I also feel like I have real insight, some of which I can share, some of which I can't, and just people that watch and listen to the pod, I owe you honesty, and I also try to educate as best as I can. So I know Gilbert's already, made bail. And I think if you if you didn't read the story, it is, the allegation is very simple. That there was a high-stakes poker game in Southern California at a house Gilbert rented. They took a rake. If people don't know how, private games work, a rake is the house's cut out of every hand. So it is totally legal. If me and everyone involved in this pod came over to our house in New York and we played poker for $10 a man, or for $10,000 or $1 million a man, that's actually totally legal. There is nothing illegal about playing a card game with friends or associates for any amount of stakes, as long as you don't take a rake. The moment the house starts taking a cut, it becomes, by literal definition, an illegal gambling operation. So that is what they are attempting, in theory, to get Gilbert and these 5 Israeli, again, alleged gangsters for. All right. Now, the story also probably sounds, if you read it, a little more sordid, because it's like there also were, women at the games who would be waitresses plus masseuses, and then the allegation heavily implies also sex workers. So here's why I'm talking about any of this. Illegal private card games with a rake and with potentially some sex workers involved are a dime a dozen. At any given night in New York City, there's
at least 20 going on for real money. On any given night in Southern California, there's at least 30 going on for real money. And they all fit this exact description. Catered food, a level of, for those who that's their thing, potential sex work, real money on the table, and the house taking a big cut. And there are a couple app games where people are raking tens of thousands of dollars a month, okay? And this is not new, and this is not news. And this is where I would be a little anxious. And I know his latest post made it seem like he is not. Where I would be a little anxious if I were Gilbert. These are not things the feds tend to care about. Now, occasionally, these games get shut down by the DEA because security or somebody there is dealing drugs. And occasionally, these get shut down because the sex work component raises to the level where people are worried about exploitation. But as far as the actual illegal gambling operation, it's not usually something that the feds are interested in. So the fact that they were leads me to think there is somebody, one of these other, alleged co-conspirators, or somebody above one of them that they are hoping to get some information on. And so I am here to tell you my, call it, semi-educated opinion is Gilbert's path out of this is going to be an uncomfortable one. Because I don't think the feds really want Gilbert Arenas to go to jail for allegedly renting a house and where a big card game is playing. I think the feds probably want to know about the other people involved.
What's up, Shana? How you living?
And so I saw Gilbert's post today. I'm glad he's out. I also think Gilbert has done a really cool job post-career of building a new career. And obviously his son has dealt with some injuries, and some scary stuff. But as a star basketball player, Gilbert seems to have a ton of great stuff going for him. I do not think this story is anywhere close to being over, and I don't think we can revisit it. They said trial set for September. Wonder if it ever gets to trial. I don't think that this is going to be a simple, all right, slap on the wrist situation. And so I'm a little nervous talking about it. But again, there is some target from the federal government involved in this, and it ain't no chill for running a card game, allegedly. I promise you that. But they clearly think you can have not the spot you want. So I will say one other thing to learn.
Are you was? And I was going crazy. How you was doing?
Just going around all of
who you pick?
Gambling fruits, and somebody that
you're losing. To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of.
You know what? I apologize. I'm not going to tell this little answer. I'm not going to. I'll maybe tell you off the air. But if you're a gambler and you read the people who got arrested, Gilbert wasn't the only name that you were like, oh wow, so they got him. Right there was, so it's, I think there, and I also think there's probably some people other than Gilbert that are a little anxious right now in that Southern California home game. All right, now let's get to more things I'm an expert in, which is LeBron James championship.
Yesterday was the 5-year anniversary of the first game in the bubble. There's still a huge debate on its legitimacy. Daryl Morey said, and quote, "Everyone I speak to around the league privately agrees that it doesn't truly hold up as a genuine championship." Looking back, how would you measure the bubble championship?
Okay, so first, let me help out my pal Daryl, because I was shocked when I read this quote, because Daryl has publicly many times talked about how legit he finds that championship to be, and how hard it was. And so when I saw, it's one thing for, Legion Hoops or whatever, one of these kind of fake aggregators to post a quote. It's another thing for ESPN, their social team, to post, in quotes, everyone I speak to around the league privately agrees that it doesn't really hold up in the championship, with the source being the Athletic. So I'm going to reach a floater. So I reached out to him, and not surprisingly, he explained to me what I thought was going to be the case. While he wasn't misquoted,
Hastings, the best
he misinterpreted. So I'll read you the full quote and clarify, but then I'll give my thoughts on what everybody thinks. All right? Joseph, quote, "Had the Rockets won the title, I absolutely would have celebrated it as legit, knowing the immense effort and resilience required. Yes, everyone I speak to around the league privately agrees that it doesn't hold up as a genuine championship." The privately agrees is what is tripping people up. He is saying everyone he talks to agrees amongst themselves. Like he is the outlier that says this was an amazing accomplishment, but everybody else says not so much. Where people are saying, and I actually understand why people are confused, they are reading it as everyone privately agrees with me. He's saying everyone privately agrees with his show. And so, and again, Daryl is my pal, but I also, they deserve to have his actual opinion out there correctly. He went on to say, perhaps last like the NBA bubble is that the NBA should be proud of its leadership at both the beginning and the end of the pandemic, even though the champion will forever be marked by an asterisk. And he again is saying there, because that's the way seemingly everyone else feels. And so here's, I said to you guys a couple months ago that the vast majority of NBA men fall into one of two categories. Not all, but the vast majority.
What's your take, guys?
Category one,
and look at how aggressive they were defensively, forcing mistakes and turning those mistakes into points.
And there is
you
no
also have to love
greater
the way they got
example
out
of
and
that
run in transition.
than
A
the
ton of good chances
history
tonight
on the
simply for being
goddamn
willing
clock.
to run the floor.
And
So
once the G
here
League took
is
it to another level,
the
Green,
accurate
Skip Collins
timing
became the number 2
of the
overall
Los
pick in the
Angeles
draft.
Lakers
And that's
winning
really
the
changed
2020 NBA
Philadelphia's going with right now.
Okay?
Brad Doherty is checked in for Garnett.
In
And starts to sub in
2018,
for Tracy McGrady.
LeBron James was universally hailed as, by a wide margin, the best player in the NBA, dragging a Cleveland Cavalier team to the NBA Finals with a playoff run that had an all-time record 8 40-point games,
resolve, a winner's
2
mindset.
true buzzer beaters,
They call
2
the
Game
logo.
7 victories, one of which off the road, and what some consider the single greatest individual performance players ever had, 51-8-8 in Game 1 of the 2018 NBA Finals, where with no other, because Kevin Love was not, had gotten banged up at the end of the Celtics series with no one around us against Steph, KD, Clay, Draymond.
And he makes
That's
the
who
first.
LeBron was
Jordan's checked in for Jalen
in
Green.
2019.
And Philadelphia
he
also
goes
making
to
a
Los
switch.
Angeles Lakers.
Windows checked in. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Jordan working it over. A putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Philadelphia's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight. 5 of them. Here's Rodman.
Anthony Davis.
Dennis Rodman.
And instantly become the best team in the league. That Lakers team, pre-pandemic, pre-bubble, pre-everything, with AD, started the year 24-3. Was running roughshod over everything. LeBron James was the leading NBA.
I don't even know where I'm at.
The favorite
I didn't
win the championship.
You can see how they're finishing their play.
Pre-pandemic.
Great game planning,
So
great execution.
what we had was
What just happened?
the Lakers had the best record in basketball.
You got Bills?
The Lakers had the best player in basketball. The Lakers had made the biggest trade and acquisition of any team that offseason with respect to what the Clippers had done.
No good on the
And they were the favorites to win
Hastings, he's
the
checked in for
championship.
Cousins. And Anthony subbed in for Paul
season
George.
then
The
shut
76ers also with a
Whoa.
sub. Williams, he's checked
From
in
the
for
shutdown, right before the shutdown, Giannis had, really going on an unbelievable run. And the NBA MVP
Ever since
debate
halftime,
came down to two guys,
on the offensive
Giannis or LeBron. With Harden kind of lurking because Harden had made Stephen Westbrook things work. And that seems too dangerous. And then we get to the bubble, and there is no home court, which penalized two teams more than any, which were the two teams that had earned home court LeBron's team and Giannis' team. LeBron's team, which won the West by 4 games, and Giannis' team, which won the East by 4 games.
And Philadelphia making a change here.
And then the bubble happens, and the playoff bracket is set, and every single potential pitfall or matchup that
jump higher.
Starks has got his first 3 points of the game.
A bad matchup or the toughest possible pass hits the Lakers.
Hastings, the pass to Abdul.
We can now pretend it did not happen, but James and Portland were the scary team that nobody wanted to face in round 1. And the Lakers blew them with no home court advantage. And after losing game 1, dispatched of them in 5.
This was a team performance
Then,
to its
the
fullest
Rockets,
capability.
with the 1 year Harden and Westbrook work, that Rockets team, with James Harden being third in MVP voting that year, and Russ, the last actual really good season of his career,
They will go up 3 games
on
to 2.
at least that
What do you think,
involves
guys,
winning.
about their chances to win this
In
series?
round 2, the Lakers get the Rockets, and they lose game 1, and then dispatch it.
Oh, so close, right?
to get it done.
And then you get the Denver Nuggets with a healthy Jamal Murray, who would not lose another playoff series with a healthy Jamal Murray for years.
Saw the opportunity.
And Anthony Davis plays the best basketball of his life. LeBron James in a closeout game goes 38, 16, and 10, and they distract the Nuggets in 5. And then in the NBA Finals,
what
happened? Did it take too long?
that definitely wouldn't have made the finals if not for the bubble. The Miami who responded, by the way, to that finals trip by 2 years later making Game 7 of the conference finals, and the year after that making the NBA finals again. And in those finals,
I got it.
LeBron James plays
what just happened?
Close to perfect balance, reminding people once again that he's still the best player in the world.
How?
When he averaged,
I had the ball. How did I foul? No, I didn't foul that right.
To finish off a playoff run where, again, the best player in the world, LeBron James, averaged for the postseason 28, 11, and 9 on 56% from the field. That team won the championship. And then how did they defend their title when the bubble was done?